Today, I'm going to be changing the inner and outer tie rod ends on a 2003 250 Recon. It's pretty simple. I'll show you how to do it. The main things you'll need is a pair of channel locks, a 19mm wrench, or you can use a crescent if you have it, and two 17mm wrenches, and an extension, a ratchet, and a 17mm socket. And what you don't necessarily need, but it makes it better, is never seize or anti-seize. Alright, the first thing you want to do is take off the wheel. So, come hold the wheel. Got them tight. Go ahead and take the wheel off. Takes a 17mm socket. And you don't need to remove the hub. And tie rod, the outer right here, and the inner is right there. You can't really see it. Alright, you can't really see it, but there's a Carter key in here. You want to bend that around, straight. Pretty good. And then you can, most of the time, you can just grab the back of it with your channel locks and pull it out. This one don't have long enough nub. You can push on it and wiggle it. It's kind of hard to get out. You can tap on it with something. Okay, once you get the Carter key out, there's a little slot. Well, not really a slot. A little place is for a wrench to go right here. You put your 17mm up there, and then you got a nut on the bottom, 17mm also, and just it'll be pretty tight, but you gotta take the nut off. Once you get the tie rod end off, you can take it over to your workbench, and before you take the ends off, you want to measure how far apart they are. These are about 7 3/4 almost. Between 7 3/4 and 8. So you want to measure that so you can put the new ones back right there in the same spot, and then your wheels won't be messed up. Once you get it measured, you can go ahead and take it off. You have a 19mm on the top, on the tie rod in itself, and a 19mm nut on it. So I don't have two 19mm wrenches, I just have one, so I'll use a crescent wrench. And it's a jam nut, so just loosen them, loosen them against each other, and then it'll come right off. Go ahead and take both ends all the way off, and then you'll be ready to put the new one on. After you get the tie rod end off, go ahead and get a wire brush if you can, and kind of clean these threads up. They got, mine have a lot of dirt in them. Yours probably will too. Go ahead and try to clean up the threads. This makes a big difference. After you get all the threads clean, get you some Never Seas and just bake it. Just paint it on here. Don't have to get a whole lot, but put some on there and take your finger and rub it and kind of work it into the threads, get it all down in there good. This makes a big difference because it keeps the threads from rusting and it makes it easier to get it off next time. Get that on there good. It's good to have plenty of rags around because it's pretty messy. And then go ahead and get your new tie rod in, and one of them is going to be right hand thread and one of them is going to be left hand thread. I'm not sure which is which. Looks like this one is left hand thread. Oh, before you put the tie rod in, I forgot, before you put the tie rod in on, put your jam nut back on. Almost forgot about that. Put your jam nut back on. Try to get it back to about the place it was before. And then take your tie rod out of your vise and measure again from the where it was, where you measured before. Measure it and get it back in the exact same place it was before. After you do that, go ahead and put your new tie rod in on. Screw it on. Then take your wrenches again and tighten it down. Don't have to be super tight, but one thing you gotta remember is get both your tie rod ends pointing in the same direction. Don't get one pointing off in a weird direction because it's got to go in just right. So be sure you get them both in the same direction and get it good and tight. Once you get both your new tie rod ends on, you can clean this bar if you want to, and then just go ahead and put it back on the bike the way you took it off. And it's a good idea to never seize these studs, and it'll make it easier to get off next time.